Good morning, everybody. We are on our way to a pallet sale. This place opens up at 10. It is now 6:30 in the morning. I'm about 20 minutes away. There can be upwards of 150 people on a Saturday, 60 to 100 on a Wednesday. This place does 2 sales a week, Wednesday and Saturday. The Wednesday sales definitely don't draw a bigger crowd, which is why I'm going on a Wednesday. And there's some decent pallets there I'd like to pick up. I wasn't able to grab my trailer this morning. I couldn't find my keys for it to unlock it, so I'll have to go back tomorrow. But we can at least go purchase them today, and then we'll pick them up later. There's people there that camp out the night before, sometimes even 2 days before, depending on what kind of stuff is there. I'm not sure how early the first person in line got there, but I know a buddy of mine is there. He is the 7th, and his wife is the 8th, and they got there at 3 p.m. yesterday. So hopefully we can be in the top 30. Usually you can still get really, really good deals if you're in the top 30. I guess the key to that is being decisive, not being not being afraid or fearing of looking over or missing out. But at the same time, try to find that balance where you're not just buying whatever you find. There's people that do that. They'll just walk in and grab everything, and then they end up, with hit and miss. But, I've gotten really good at it over the years of just kind of quickly analyzing if I see my money back and then grabbing it. Because, like I said, sometimes just breaking even is half the battle. So if I can walk in and I see a pallet that is $700 and I look at it and I see $700 immediately, I'll grab it because there's a good chance that everything else that's on it is going to make me some money. But it's got to be $700 worth of fast sellable items. I obviously don't want $700 worth of backpacks, right? And I say that because I've bought in that before, and I'm not mad that I've bought in that because I've probably made a ton of money off those backpacks. But it's that how long it takes. Somebody starting out in this, you don't want that. And if you don't have a lot of warehouse space, you don't want that. You don't want to sit on stuff like that. I'll bring stuff in and I can flip it really fast, or I'll bring it in and it takes a really long time. So the backpack analogy I just used, I bought a pallet of their carbon fiber backpacks. They're like for motorcycles. They're, a hard shell. I bought it for like $300 or something like that, and that was probably 6 months ago, and I still have probably 20 of them. But there was probably close to 100 in there, and I've gotten $50 a piece for them on eBay. So, I've made a substantial amount of money off of it. It's just how long it took to get that money. Sometimes a quick $200 is better than a long 2,000. It depends on your financial situation, and it depends on, the risk reward. All right, so we'll be there shortly, and we'll analyze where we are in line. Hopefully we can be in the top 30, and we'll give you a show. Hey guys, so I got here, and there's probably a good 30 cars here or so, maybe 25. So that's going to be, you can have 2 per car. So that's about 50 to 60 people ahead of me. So chances aren't very good. On the plus side, I have a lot of friends up in the front. So if there's something I really want, I can have them grab it for me. That's one of the suggestions I make if you're going to be doing a pallet place type like this, is definitely make some acquaintances, because over the years, I've helped a lot of people and they've helped me. You don't have to be enemies with everybody there. That being said, make sure that they're not going to impact your business. My friends that I've made here are all strategic. They're all within 2 hours away from me plus. So none of them impact my business whatsoever. And actually, some of them I've made pretty good friends with. But, all right, well, the sale, it's about 7 o'clock. I got about 2 hours before we can get our numbers, so I find out what my official number in line is, and then another hour after that before the sale opens. So we'll see in a little bit.
So I ended up being number 39th in line. We're currently walking up, getting ready to go in.
Yeah, but it still happens every week. You know? I see it. That's why I always hang out until after everything's done, and I go back to see what people put back. Sometimes there's good stuff, you know? It all depends. Gus is trying to cut me. Kick him out. Good morning.
So they do a preview video, and in the preview video, they showed a bunch of exercise equipment pallets, almost all the way in the back. My game plan was to head all the way back to those pallets, and then sling around to look at this computer pallet that was there. These are the first two pallets right here I passed. Both tags are already missing. I couldn't tell what was in that box, so I passed. And that other pallet looked kind of crappy.
This isn't that high.
Not really seeing anything that I like over here.
Nope.
The computer pallet is right around this other side here. I'm turning the corner. Right as I had turned the corner, somebody was pulling the sticker off of it. That right there is an Asus ROG. It's about a $2,000 computer. It was a $700 pallet. This pallet I ended up getting, it had all of those heaters on there. Somebody else was looking at it, so I pulled it really fast. I didn't see anything decent in that one. That kid's chair was a cheap chair. That one was a lot of bed frames. That's my wife, actually, right there in the brown coat. My friend Larry holding me up here. See those heaters? That's what that pallet I picked over there was. I actually missed that one with the ring light in it back there. I probably should have stopped and grabbed that one. These all look pretty rough.
Sorry about that. Go ahead. Oh, sorry about that.
That's my wife again, pulling tags.
I didn't get shit. Nothing good.
I hand her mine to just keep track of everything. That's the thing about here, you gotta move quick. So that one was priced at, with the kayak, was priced at $575.
I've been doing some YouTube stuff. If you don't want me to, I won't do it.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it just wasn't worth it. That pallet right there with all those fill rights at the bottom would have been a gold mine. It was $1,700, but those things retail $400 each, and there's probably 30 of them. That one pallet right there is all log splitters. I wish I could have got that. This one right here.
Top.
I'm now just circling back over things I've already looked at, just trying to find anything. I hate to buy one pallet.
The one that you were looking at?
this point, it just feels like I'm walking in circles, because I actually am. These are all overstock pallets. I usually like these a lot, but they're really, really hit or miss. And if there's food in it, I try to stay away from them.
YouTube.
That's one of the owners right here. He's asking me what I'm doing.
I'm putting what I do
I'm
on
just
YouTube.
explaining it.
Seriously?
Yeah. Big money in it.
He wants me to push my wife in one of the pallets for some content, which I agree to be funny, but
There's people who do it who got a couple $100,000 and they put their figures of what they make. They make like 20 grand a month doing it. Just from YouTube, you know?
he never knew you can make money off YouTube.
Is it all right?
No, yeah,
I asked Jared, he was okay.
No, that's fine. I was just hoping you'd walk by and push the leash into a Gaylord or something.
Wait, what?
We'll stage that. That's a good idea.
And then when you try to pull her out, I'd be like, get out of the Gaylord. Stop pulling stuff out of the Gaylord.
Here, go over to this Gaylord. Just stand over
No,
there.
you're not putting me in there. Because Todd thinks it's a good idea.
Man, those Cinebeams went fast. I didn't think they would. They're usually the last ones sitting around.
Not really.
Tax
I mean,
season. That's the difference.
So the LG Cinebeams are they're worth like $2,200 or something like that on Amazon.
Right.
They eBay for around $1,500. Unfortunately, stuff like that is high risk because you have a high tendency to be scammed on it. And when you're scammed on it, you lose a lot of money. But I still am willing to take the chance. My friend Larry just came and grabbed me. He wants me to come look at something.
That one right there. The back side of it.
So at this point, I noticed somebody followed me over.
It's all gym equipment shit on the back side.
So Larry found me something with some exercise equipment on it.
Here, swap with me, Larry.
That's when I noticed the
Swap
guy
with me
creeping
so you can pull
around.
it if I tell you to.
Sean.
Tries to get his friend
Yeah, I'll
Sean
take
to
it.
pull the tag, but Larry had already done it for me. That ended up being one of
Thank
the
you.
best pallets I got. Trying to figure out why that's $1,000.
What is $1,000? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Gotta be these. Oh, those are sex dolls.
Them are what?
Sex torsos. I've gotten them before. You can feel it. I'm missing something though.
It's right in front of my face.
That's in the tall box.
So at this point, when I can't find it, I decide to ask the owner what I'm missing.
Beat up. What am I missing on this one, Jared?
Forget what it had on there. Oh, it's got a computer
Where?
on the back.
Now, a crowd sees me looking at it, so they're all
That's what
trying
you're
to
trying to
figure it
sell.
out. See if they want to snag it in front of me.
Oh, I want that.
I still don't see a computer.
Right here. HP.
Oh, it's a desktop.
I was hoping it was a laptop. I ended up scanning it on the Amazon app, and it did end up being worth about $600, but I still couldn't justify it.
All right, guys, so that was the pallet sale. Pretty mild. Unfortunately, it was a little disappointing. There wasn't really that much great things. There was some decent stuff. I ended up with 5 pallets. My wife actually showed up a little later, and she was farther back in the line. I'd only seen 2 pallets that I thought were decent. she wound up picking up 3, and actually one of the ones she got was really good. I didn't have my trailer, so we weren't able to pick them up today. We will pick those up tomorrow, and we'll break them down and go through them, but that'll probably be in an entirely separate video. We spent $2,900 on 5 pallets, which all in all is pretty reasonable. Usually it comes out to a lot more than that. I think that makes what our average price, what, 600 something a pallet? It's not terrible. My buddy was there, and he picked up, he wanted just mattresses. He went there just to buy mattresses, and he ended up buying 5 pallets of mattresses, and he did really, really good. And actually, he had a good game plan with it. Most of them were like $700-800 mattresses. Now, it's going to be a little harder to sell a $700-800 mattress, but we are in the tax return season, so that is the time people splurge on stuff like that. But he was paying $400 a pallet, and there was 8 mattresses on there at $700-800 a mattress. So he's going to do really, really well on that. He drives a bus, and we were able to cram all those in the bus, which was a feat. It was like playing, what's that game with the blocks? Yeah, whatever. We ended up getting them all in there. But I think we're going to do really good. I think he did pretty good. There's one pallet that my wife grabbed that's not going to be good. She said she kind of didn't know. She thought it was something else, but it wasn't. It ended up being like this really low-grade piece of furniture, and it takes up a huge portion of that pallet. But the other stuff's going to cover all that, so it's not a big deal. When you can, and you're not just buying, with your rent money or anything, and you can afford to buy a large quantity, you're always going to do better, because it's harder to lose money in large quantity. You can buy 1 bad pallet and lose, or you can buy 6 bad pallets and one of them's bad, or 6 pallets and one of them's bad. Hit a big bump there, sorry. But that's pretty much all I got for today. I hope the video came out okay. A lot of people were pretty curious about what I was doing with the camera. A couple of the owners stopped me and asked me what I was doing. I made sure it was okay with them. I didn't, obviously want to bite the hand that feeds me, and they both seemed okay. But you'll see on the video everybody asking me about it, so it was pretty funny. But all right, guys, have a good one.